Okay, Emma, real talk. What would you do if you were walking down the street in an English-speaking country and suddenly someone fell down right in front of you, like completely collapsed on the ground, not moving?
Oh no, just thinking about that makes my heart race.
Exactly. And the worst part, everyone around you is speaking English, and your brain just goes completely blank.
That happened to me. Not exactly that, but something close. And I will tell you the whole story today.
And that's exactly why we're here. Today on Mr. English Podcast, Day 23, we are talking about something that could literally save a life.
How to handle emergencies in English. Fast, clear, confident.
Even if your English is still at the beginner level, even if you're nervous, even if your hands are shaking.
You will know what to say after this episode, we promise.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm James.
And I'm Emma, and you're listening to Mr. English Podcast, the show where we talk about real life, real situations, and real English. No boring textbooks, no scary grammar lessons.
Just conversations, real ones that actually help you in your daily life.
And today's topic? Super important, like life or death important.
No pressure, right?
Absolutely no pressure at all. But seriously, this one matters.
Before we jump in, if you are new here, welcome to the family. Hit subscribe on Mr. English Podcast right now, because every single day we bring you a new episode, a new situation, a new set of English skills.
And if today's episode helps you, share it. Share Mr. English Podcast with a friend, a classmate, a family member who's learning English. You never know, sharing one episode might help someone in a real emergency one day.
That is 100% true. Okay, Emma, let's get into it because I know you have a story.
I do, and honestly, just remembering it gives me that nervous feeling in my stomach again. So this was about 2 years ago. I was in London. I was visiting a friend, and we decided to go to this big outdoor market. You know, the kind with food stalls and music and lots of people everywhere.
Sounds lovely, actually.
It was lovely. The weather was nice, the food smelled amazing, and I was feeling very confident about my English that day. Like, yes, I can do this. I am ready.
Famous last words.
Exactly. Famous last words. So we were walking between the food stalls, and suddenly I heard this loud noise, like something heavy falling. And I turned around, and there was an older man. He was on the ground. He had just collapsed, just like that.
Oh, wow.
And people around him started reacting. Some people were shocked. Some people were already taking out their phones. And my friend turned to me and said, "Emma, call for help. Tell someone."
And what happened?
I froze, completely froze, like my English just disappeared from my brain. I knew I needed to say something. I knew the words existed, but in that moment of panic, nothing came out.
That feeling is so real. I think so many of our listeners understand exactly that feeling.
And you know what's funny, or maybe not funny, just interesting? Later, when I thought about it, I realized I actually knew all the words I needed. Help, call an ambulance, emergency. I knew them, but I didn't practice them for that kind of moment.
And that's the key thing, right? Knowing words in a calm classroom situation is very different from using them when your adrenaline is going crazy.
Completely different. So that's why today we are going to practice together. We are going to say these phrases out loud. We are going to make them feel natural so that when the moment comes, and hopefully it never does, but if it comes, you're ready.
Perfect. I love this. So let's start from the very beginning. The most important thing in an emergency in English. What's the number one phrase?
Okay, say it with us, everyone. Ready?
Help. Call an ambulance.
Simple, loud, clear. Help. Call an ambulance. Those 4 words can start everything.
And you don't need to explain everything right away. You just need to get attention first.
Exactly. Get attention first, then give information.
Okay, so I also have a story. Mine is a little different, less scary maybe, but still a real situation where I had to use emergency English fast.
Oh, I've heard bits of this. Tell everyone.
So I was doing a language exchange program. I was staying with a host family in Canada, really nice family. And one night, it was maybe 11 at night when I was in my room about to sleep when suddenly the fire alarm in the house started going off.
Oh no!
And I mean, it was loud. That high-pitched screaming sound that it goes right through your brain.
Yes, fire alarms are absolutely not gentle about waking you up.
Not at all. So I ran out of my room and the host family was already in the hallway. The mom was looking at the kitchen and she looked at me and said, "James, can you go outside and call 911? I need to check something first."
And you had
And I
to
want
make
to tell
that
you,
call.
calling emergency services in English on the phone at 11 at night when you're scared, that is a very different experience from chatting with your English teacher.
What did you say? Like, what actually came out?
So I went outside, I dialed 911, and the operator answered. She said, "911, what's your emergency?" And my brain said, "Okay, James, say something useful."
So what did you say?
I said, "Hello, there is a fire alarm at our house. I think maybe fire. I'm not sure." And she was very calm. She said, "Okay, what's your address?"
And then?
And then my brain went, address, what is the address? I had been living there for 2 weeks, and I suddenly could not remember the house number.
Oh, James.
I know. So what I learned from that experience, and this is a real practical tip, always save the address of wherever you're staying in your phone as a note, because in an emergency, your memory is not your friend.
That is such a good tip. And actually, that brings us to something we want to talk about today. Practical things, real preparation.
Right, not just phrases, but the real-world stuff around it.
Let's do it. Let's break it all down together. Okay, everyone, this is the part where we get practical. James and I are going to go through the most important emergency phrases in English, and we're going to give you real context for each one, real situations.
Because it's not enough to just hear the phrase. You need to see it being used. You need to feel when to use it.
Exactly. So let's start with emergencies involving a person. Someone is hurt or sick or in danger.
Number one phrase, and we said this already, but let's go deeper. Help. Call an ambulance. Now, when do you use this?
You use this when someone needs medical help right away. They've fallen, they're unconscious, they're having a heart attack, they're not breathing normally.
And you say it loud. You project your voice. Because in a crowded place, people need to hear you.
Help! Call an ambulance! Say it like you mean it, because in that moment, you do mean it.
Now, here's something interesting I learned. When you're in a crowd and you need someone to specifically help, you don't just say, "Someone help." You point at a specific person and say, Emma, say it.
You! Yes, you! Call an ambulance now! And you point directly at them.
Why? Because research actually shows that when you say, "Someone help," everyone thinks someone else will do it. But when you point and say, "You," that person feels responsible. They act.
That is such an important thing to know, and honestly, probably in every language.
Phrase number 2. I need help. Please, someone help me. This is for when you yourself are in trouble or you're with someone who needs help and you need to attract attention.
Short, clear, emotional. People respond to that.
Phrase number 3, and this one is so important. It's what you say when you actually get through to emergency services, either 911 or 999 or 112, depending on which country you're in.
They will ask you, "What's your emergency?" And you need to answer quickly and clearly. So let's practice this together.
Example 1. There's been an accident. Someone is badly hurt. We need an ambulance.
Example 2. I think someone is having a heart attack. They collapsed on the street. Please send help.
Example 3. There is a fire. We are at, and then you give your address. Please send the fire department.
Notice how each of those is short? They're not long explanations. The operator doesn't need your whole life story. They need what happened, where, and how serious.
What, where, how serious. Remember those 3 things.
What happened? Where are you? How serious is it?
Now, here's a phrase that people often forget, but is really useful. Please stay on the line. The operator might say this to you. It means don't hang up the phone.
And if the operator says, "Stay calm, help is on the way," that means help is coming. You don't need to keep calling. Just wait.
Help is on the way. What a beautiful phrase, right? In that moment, it's like the most comforting sentence in the world.
Honestly, yes.
Okay, let's talk about different types of emergencies, because emergencies are not all the same, and the things you say are a little bit different for each one.
Let's start with a medical emergency. This is when someone is injured or suddenly sick.
Key phrases for medical emergencies.
He's not breathing. This is very urgent. Say this if someone has stopped breathing.
She's unconscious. This means the person is not awake, not responding.
He's bleeding badly. There's a lot of blood. This needs urgent attention.
I think she's having a stroke. A stroke is when blood can't reach the brain. Signs are the face drooping on one side, can't lift one arm, speech sounds strange.
He's not responding to me. You're trying to wake them up,
One more
talk
that
to
people
them,
forget.
but they're not reacting.
He's choking. This is when something is stuck in the throat. Very dangerous, very urgent.
Now, fires. What do you say in a fire emergency?
There's a fire. Simple, direct, works everywhere.
The building is on fire for bigger situations.
Get out! Everyone, get out now! If you're inside and need to clear a building.
Call the fire department. In some countries, you say fire brigade instead of fire department, but both are understood.
And if you're trapped, help! I'm trapped. I can't get out.
Very clear. Very simple.
What about a robbery or dangerous situation? Someone with a weapon, for example.
Okay, so this one is actually a situation where sometimes the best English is no English. You run. You get to safety first.
Absolutely, safety first. But if you need to report it after, or if you're calling for help, you say,
There's a man with a weapon, or someone is threatening people, or I need the police. There's a dangerous person here.
I need the police. That's your key phrase. The operator will understand immediately.
And if you need to describe someone, he's tall, wearing a red jacket. Short, simple description. You don't need to be a poet, just give the most obvious details.
Tall, short, clothing color, hair color, those are the most useful things to mention.
Perfect. And let's not forget, car accidents. This is actually one of the most common emergency situations.
There's been a car accident. Start with this.
2 cars crashed on the main road near, and give your location.
Someone is injured. They're still in the car.
The car is smoking. This means there might be a fire risk.
Simple descriptions. What happened, where, who's hurt.
Always come back to those 3 things.
Now, let's talk about something that I think is really important and not talked about enough, the emotional side of all this.
Yes, because knowing the words is one thing, but using them when you're terrified, shaking, maybe crying, that's a whole different skill.
So let's be honest about it. When you're in an emergency, your brain goes into survival mode. And for language learners, this can mean your English feels like it disappears.
I experienced exactly this. Like I said earlier, I knew the words, but my brain couldn't access them in that moment.
So what can you do about this? Because this is real. This is a real challenge.
Okay, first tip, practice saying these phrases out loud. Not just reading them, not just thinking them, out loud. In your room, in the shower, walking down the street.
Yes, your neighbors might think you're a little strange. Help! Call an ambulance at 7 in the morning.
Worth it, though, because when your brain hears your own voice saying these phrases many times, it starts to remember them automatically, like muscle memory, but for your mouth.
Mouth memory. I like that.
Mouth memory. We're coining a new term today.
Second tip, accept that you might not speak perfectly in an emergency, and that's completely okay.
The operator, the paramedics, the police, they are trained to work with people who are upset, people who are speaking quickly, people whose accent is very strong, people who are mixing 2 languages.
Your job is not to speak perfect English. Your job is to get the information across.
Even if you say, help, man, floor, not moving, street, near blue shop, broken, imperfect 3-word sentences, they will understand you.
They're very good at that. They hear all kinds of people every day.
So please don't let the fear of speaking imperfectly stop you from speaking at all. Speaking imperfectly is a million times better than not saying something in an emergency.
Say that again, Emma. That's important.
Speaking imperfectly is a million times better than saying nothing in an emergency.
Write that down, seriously. Okay, this is my favorite part. We are going to do some role plays, real emergency conversations, short ones, so you can hear how they actually sound.
And you at home, try to say the phrases with us, or pause the episode and practice on your own. This is your workout session for emergency English.
Emergency English workout. Let's go.
Scenario 1. You are in a shopping mall. You see an old woman fall down. She's on the floor and people are standing around looking scared.
Okay, I'm playing a bystander. Emma, you're the English learner who steps in.
Help! Someone help! Call an ambulance! This woman needs help now!
What happened? Is she okay?
She just fell down. She's not responding. Please, someone call 911.
Okay, I'm calling.
Thank you. Please hurry. She's breathing, but she's not waking up.
Good. Short sentences, clear information, urgency in the voice. Did you notice Emma didn't try to explain the whole situation in one long sentence?
Exactly. Short bursts of information.
Scenario
That's how
2.
emergency
You're
communication
making the
works.
911 call yourself.
I'll be the operator. James, you're the English learner. 911, what's your emergency?
Hello. Yes, there was an accident, a car accident, on the main road.
Are there any injuries?
Yes, one man, he is hurt. His head is bleeding. He is inside the car.
Okay, what's your exact location?
I am on Park Street, near the green traffic light, close to a coffee shop.
All right, help is on the way. Please stay on the line.
Okay, I will stay. Thank you.
Perfect. And notice, James gave the location using landmarks near the green traffic light, close to a coffee shop. Because sometimes in a real emergency, you don't know the exact street number, so landmarks are your best friend.
Near a school, by a tall building, next to the park, close to the hospital, these kinds of descriptions really help.
One more scenario. Scenario 3. You're in a restaurant and someone at the table next to you is choking. They're grabbing their throat.
Okay, this is a very visual emergency. The person can't speak because they can't breathe.
So you stand up and you say loudly, "Is there a doctor here? This person is choking. Please help."
Someone call an ambulance. He's choking.
And if you know how to do the Heimlich maneuver, that's the technique to help someone who's choking, you can also do that. But the English for the situation is, he's choking, I need help, call 911.
Simple, clear, loud.
Okay, let's do a quick vocabulary moment. We're going to go through some important words and short phrases from today. These are your emergency English vocabulary essentials.
Ambulance, the medical vehicle that comes to help sick or injured people. Call an ambulance.
Emergency, a serious, dangerous situation that needs fast action. This is an emergency.
Unconscious, when someone is not awake and not responding. She's unconscious.
Breathing, the action of taking in air. He's not breathing is extremely urgent.
Bleeding, when blood is coming from the body. She's bleeding from her arm.
Choking, when something is blocking the throat. He's choking on food.
Operator, the person who answers the emergency phone line. The operator asked for my address.
Location, where you are. What is your location means where are you?
Stay calm. Don't panic. The operator often says this to help you.
Help is on the way. Assistance is coming. They've sent someone to help you.
Collapse, to fall down suddenly, often because of illness. She collapsed on the street.
Injured, hurt. 3 people are injured in the accident.
Fire department, the emergency service for fires. In some countries, fire brigade.
Police. You know this one, but remember, I need the police is the phrase.
Trapped, unable to move or get out. I'm trapped in the elevator.
Those are your core words. Practice saying them clearly. Make sure you can pronounce them so people understand you.
And ambulance. Let's say it together one more time because it's a tricky one. Ambulance. 3 syllables.
Ambulance. Say it with us.
Good. Little things like correct pronunciation can make a big difference when you're on the phone with an operator.
Okay, James, let's talk about something proactive, things you can do before an emergency happens.
I love this because the best time to prepare is when everything is calm and fine.
Tip 1. Save the emergency number for every country you visit. In the US and Canada, 911. In the UK, 999. Across Europe, 112. Australia, 000.
112 actually works in most countries worldwide, so if you're ever unsure, try 112.
Tip 2. Save your address or hotel address in your phone as a note. We talked about this. James forgot his address during his fire alarm situation.
Yeah, still a little embarrassed about that, but it's a real thing that happens, so save it. Your hotel address, your friend's address, wherever you're staying.
Tip 3. Learn a few landmarks near where you're staying. Not the exact address, but the big things nearby. I'm near the big red church. I'm next to the train station. I'm across from the supermarket.
Landmarks save time when you can't remember an exact address.
Tip 4. Practice saying these phrases out loud before you need them. We said this already, but it's worth repeating. 10 seconds of practice today could save a life tomorrow.
That's not an exaggeration, that's real.
Tip 5. Know the basic signs of a medical emergency. Because if you can identify what's happening, you can describe it better to the operator.
Signs of a heart attack, chest pain, left arm pain, difficulty breathing. The person looks very pale or sweaty.
Signs of a stroke, face drooping on one side, arm weakness, speech sounds strange or confused. The memory trick in English is FAST, F-A-S-T. Face, arms, speech, time to call.
I love that FAST acronym. Face, arms, speech, time to call.
And signs of choking. The person is grabbing their throat. They can't speak. They might be turning red or blue.
Blue around the lips or face is always a very serious sign.
These things might sound scary to talk about, but knowing them means you can act. And acting means you might save
Okay,
someone's
Emma,
life.
we need to finish your story from the beginning. What happened at the outdoor market? How did it end?
Right, so there I was, frozen. But luckily, someone else in the crowd called for help immediately. The ambulance came very fast, within about 6 minutes.
6 minutes. That's actually quite fast.
It was, and the man, the older gentleman who had collapsed, he had fainted. He was dehydrated. It was a hot day, and he hadn't drunk enough water.
Oh, thank goodness. That's not the worst outcome.
It wasn't. He was okay. But I remember standing there, watching the paramedics help him, and feeling this very strong feeling of, I wish I had done more. I wish I had said something.
That guilt is real.
And that's honestly why this episode matters so much to me personally. I don't want anyone to feel that. I don't want you to be standing there in an emergency thinking, I should have said something, but I didn't know how.
So today, you learned how.
Today, you learned how. And if we can help even one person feel confident enough to speak up in an emergency, then this whole episode was completely worth it.
More than worth it. And we've heard from listeners before who said that this podcast helped them in real situations. That means everything to us.
It really does.
So if you've ever been in an emergency situation where you had to speak English, or if today's episode helped you feel more prepared, we want to hear from you.
Leave a comment. Tell us your story. Tell us which phrases you found most useful. Tell us which part of today's episode surprised you the most.
We read every comment, every single one, and we reply, because this is a community, not just a podcast.
Okay, let's do a final quick recap. If you're ever in an emergency in an English-speaking country, remember,
Say it loud, say it clear. Help, call an ambulance.
give 3 pieces of information: what happened, where you are, how serious it is.
Use simple, short sentences. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be understood.
Save emergency numbers in your phone. 911, 999, 112.
Save your location or address as a note in your phone.
Practice these phrases out loud. Make them automatic. Make them mouth memory.
Mouth memory, our new term.
We're very proud of it. And listen, emergencies are scary. Dealing with them in a second language is even scarier. But now you have the tools. You have the phrases. You have the confidence.
And confidence comes from preparation, and you just prepared with us today.
So now go out there and hopefully never need any of this. But if you do, you are ready.
That's a wrap for day 23 of Mr. English Podcast. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to Mr. English Podcast right now. It takes 2 seconds and it means the world to us.
And share this episode. Share Mr. English. You never know who needs it. Send it to a friend who's learning English. Post it in your study group. Share it with someone who lives abroad.
Because today's lesson isn't just about learning English. It's about being prepared for real life.
And real life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. So get ready now.
We'll see you tomorrow for day 24. Another real situation, another set of skills, another step forward in your English journey.
Take care of yourselves. Stay safe.